Hey you guys, so it is Sunday night, it is 8 o'clock, and I am getting ready to go get a Diet Coke, and I'm also mailing our homeowners association fees. You know why? Because if we pay it online, the online service that they use is $20 per payment. I'm like, I'm not paying $20 just to pay it online. Like, that's ridiculous. So I'm like, y'all got me screwed up because you got all these old people in here that you think you're gonna screw around with. But I'm gonna pay mine. Listen, I got my mail. I got paying it right there. So anyway, and then I'm gonna get a Diet Coke. Hassie, I love these chopsticks, and Tanya and Alex both used them, and they're so jealous that I have these Keels because I love them. But anyway, I think you're supposed to do it like this if you're busy. If you're not busy. Oh, I got a lot on that time. Clumpity chopstick. It's been a really good day. I was gonna like try to get all of my merch out today, but I was like, you know what? I think it makes more sense to just start it on March 1st anyway. Plus, I have all the bills to do today because it's the last. I do the bills the last Sunday before the beginning of the month and try to get all the stuff done. And so I was like, I have to do the bills today. Alex and I always go out to brunch, and then he watches 4,000 TV shows. He just started watching some new series called Glitch. He was just telling me about it. And then I film my videos, and then we kind of relax together. And I'm gonna do a really long live stream here in a second. So I just got this message. What is this? So anyway, so that's kind of what we've been doing today, and I've been doing bills, and while I was doing bills, I was watching Wrong Turn. Do you guys remember that horror movie? So I just go in and I like threw into cable, and then like I pick like all the free like horror movies, and then I go in there and I pick one that like I haven't seen in a while, or I try not to watch one that I've never seen at all because like I don't want to be like this on it. But there's like 7 Wrong Turns now, and I was like, okay, I can watch this. Well, here's the funny thing is that Alex is like really scared of zombies. Like I have no idea what it is. And he's always like he's not afraid of anything except for zombies, right? And so he comes downstairs at the very end of the movie, and I was like, have you ever seen this before? He was like, yeah, I hate that movie. I hate that backwoods stuff. It scares me. And I was like, because he's like, I think that stuff is real. And I was like, yeah, I kind of think sometimes it might be real too, you know, like up in the Appalachian Mountains. So anyway, of like West Virginia and stuff. So he's standing there in the kitchen, and it's the part at the very end, if you've seen Wrong Turn, when like the police officer is like looking at something, and then he turns around and it's like freakazoid, and he's like, ah! And Alex goes, how do you watch this? I was like, oh, I love it. I love horror movies so much. So anyway, Richard's Media Geek, Richard is one of my friends on BookTube, and he's also one of my favorite booktubers. He is like so into horror movies too, and he just posted something the other day about how he got a new movie poster. So he collects movie posters, and he got a new one, and it was of Horror Train. Like, do you ever? And I have never seen that movie, I don't think, so I've got to see Horror Train. But do you ever have people in your life that, like, they're not super close friends of yours, but, like, you think that they would, like, almost kind of like you wish they were because, like, they would be so easy to buy gifts for? Like, Richard is that person for me. Like, I constantly, and it's so strange, we've never met, I don't know him, he lives in Texas, but we're friends through BookTube, and like everywhere I go, like it's constant. I'm like, oh my god, this would be great for Richard, or oh, I should buy this and send this to Richard. And he's just such a neat guy anyway. So if you guys don't watch Richard's Media Geek, I'll link it below and go check it out. He has been doing BookTube for a long time, and he's got a fantastic spirit. He does mostly middle grade books. He's kind of started out venturing away from that a little bit, but forever he did like all middle grade series and middle grade books, and he's just a really neat guy. So go check him out. I think once you watch him, you'll understand why he and I would be good Judies if we were living in the same town, because he's hilarious. So anyway, all right, you guys, I am going to get my Diet Coke and listen to a little bit of music and get into the mood, and then I'm gonna go into my live stream. So I will talk to you guys in just a little bit. Hello. It is 11:48, and I just got off live streaming about 25 minutes ago. And then I went upstairs and talked to Alex a little bit. Oh, it's kind of cold. Before he was going to bed. He was like going to sleep already, but anyway. And then our neighbors are like having a bunch of people over or something. I can hear it through the walls. And then my friend Lori was at the casino, so I thought I would go up there. But I need to go to Meyer and get melatonin first. It's like my third night in a row without any melatonin, and I'm having like, I've had a hard time falling asleep. So I need to go get some melatonin. And I'm kind of hungry. Like, we ate at like 2 today, and now it's 11:49, and I'm like hungry. Alex went and got a bunch of snacks. He got like those, he loves his vegetable chips. He's like addicted to them. And then he got Oreos. Come on, you stupid thing. And then he got Oreos, and he got, he buys those like massive bags of, what do you call them? Sour Patch Kids. He loves Sour Patch Kids. So he's been buying those massive bags, but he makes them last like weeks. And he was laying in bed with the dogs. He was watching this new show on Netflix he started watching called Glitch. He was like, he texted me like when I was doing my live stream, he's like, I love this show already, and with like 3 little heart emojis, you know, like the hearts for eyes emojis. So anyway, maybe I'll start watching that because I need a new show to watch. I still have these things in here from Halloween. When my friend Susan had these, they're like these Lady Gaga claws. Do you see them? Can you see them? But I have a bunch of them. Claws. Can you guys see them? Claws. I was like, Susan, I want those. I can't see it. Can you guys, like, you probably can't see them really up, can you? They're like bejeweled and stuff. Do you see? They're like claws. Isn't that cool? So anyway, but they've been literally sitting right here since October, and I don't plan on wearing them anytime soon. I thought maybe I would wear them for a video or something, but I probably won't. So I need to just pitch them or put them in my jewelry box. Put them in my jewelry box. Put them in my jewelry box or something. So anyway, it was a good day. Like I said earlier, it was just kind of very, very relaxing day. Had a great live stream tonight. It was so much fun. I did 2 hours. I like wanted to go like 3 or 4 hours, but I just got late. I got my videos up late, and I mean, I get them up as late as I usually do. I've been getting them up super late lately. I want to make them earlier, but so it was like 7 or 8, and then I had to go and I wanted to mail some. I still paper send some of my bills, like our homeowners association. That's what I was talking about. So I guess I filmed that part earlier, didn't I? Dirt. Dirt. Anyway. And now it's the countdown to Miami. We leave for Miami in like 3 weeks. 3 weeks and 3 days or something like that. So I'm super excited. And yeah. That's my life today in a nutshell. And I'm gonna go to the gas station and get something to drink. I think I'm just gonna get a bottle of water though. I have this bottle of water already. And I need some gum. I want some gum really bad. I'm like a gum addict. I don't know if I've ever talked about that on here. Like, I'm like a gum freak. So I always have to have gum. I think it's like from all the years of working, like, you know, as a counselor, like when you're working that closely with people, I never wanted my smell, like my breath to smell. And so I was always like very, very conscious of having gum and, you know, like chewing gum, but then like right before I would go into something like a group, like a family group or something, like throwing it away. Because I just didn't want my breath to stink. I mean, who wants your breath to stink? Nobody, right? We should all be very conscious of having good breath. No gingivitis. I mean, people that have gingivitis can't help it. This has been a really weird discussion so far. There's like, why am I even having this conversation? I don't know how they do it. Gaga. Oh. There's a bunch of people at the gas station on a Sunday night at almost midnight. Why? Who knew? Guess this is the happening place right now. I love when people stop in front of your car, like, and they're at a gas station. Like, you're truly just gonna barrel right through them and kill them, you know? Seriously? No, I'm not gonna kill you. But I do have my pee-pee sweatshirt on. Arr, arr. Okay, I'll be right back. This chick in there is so funny. She's like, I got an iced tea. I don't know why I was craving iced tea. This is so weird. When I used to go do, like, assessments all over the state of Indiana, I need to turn the heat on. For some reason, I would drink iced tea or Arnold Palmer's, like in the can. And I used to love iced tea. But I've never been like somebody that if I go to a restaurant, like, I don't know if this is like a gay thing from back in the day, but I remember like, we would always go to this restaurant in Indianapolis, like all my friends and I, we would go to the Elbow Room. They had the best chicken fingers. And, but anyway, everybody would get iced tea except for me. I would always get a Diet Coke. But when I was doing assessments in the state, I would get iced tea, like bottled iced tea, and I loved it. Or I would get those Arnold Palmer. You know what an Arnold Palmer is, don't you? This is kind of a funny story. So I am like so ignorant. My friend and I, she and I went to Vegas. This is like right around the time that my mom passed away. And we were at the pool one day, and she's sober too. And I think she's actually gone back out, but we were sober. She was sober at the time. But, oh my God, my chapsticks. All my chapsticks are almost empty, which is why it's so great that Hassie sent me this one. But my friend, we were like at the pool. So here's my iced tea that I got tonight. It is called Gold Peak Tea Sweet Tea. I wanted to try something I hadn't had before, so I tried this one. But anyway, we were at the pool, and I was like, I got a Diet Coke, and she said, I'll have an Arnold Palmer. And I looked at her and I said, what are you doing? And she goes, what are you talking about? And I said, what are you getting? And she goes, I'm getting an Arnold Palmer. And I said, oh my God, what, are you seriously gonna get one? And she goes, yeah. She's like, what's the big deal? And I was like, what do you mean, what's the big deal? You've been sober all this time. So, you guys, I'm literally like a blonde. Like, I am so clueless, right? And so she's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, I can't believe you're gonna drink. She goes, an Arnold Palmer is half iced tea and half lemonade. I was like, oh, I guess you can have that then. I was like such an idiot. I was like, I have no idea what this is. I feel like I had something else I wanted to throw away. Oh, I did, my straw thing. Okay. So anyway, that's my funny story. She got an Arnold Palmer, and then I started having them every once in a while. I'm gonna taste this. Let's see how it tastes. This is sweet tea. I don't love extra sweet tea, but I do like sweet tea. Sometimes I have to really be in the mood for it. And that's pretty good. This chick that's coming out, she has this big hat on. She's like a DoorDash person, and she's always in there, and she's always talking to the people that work there. She's real friendly. She always says hi to me and stuff. So tonight I said, where do they have you driving? She goes, oh my God, I was so lost up in Noblesville. And she goes, they had me out in cornfields and stuff. And I said, well, what were you delivering? And she goes, a turkey sandwich from Red Robin. I go, why didn't they even get a cheeseburger? And she goes, right? Like, these are the conversations I have with people. People wonder why I'm crazy. She True Story has this hat on. It's like Newsies. It's like this huge hat, okay? I'm like, it's really kind of a cute hat. So I'm just gonna like, this is so bad. I can't do this. I can't show it. I just can't. But if she comes over here and says something, I'll put her on my vlog. But because she's always so friendly, but it's literally this huge Newsies hat, and she has it sideways. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I so want to show you, but I can't. Because I don't want to put somebody in here that doesn't ask to be in it, but I'm kind of hoping that she'll come out here and come up to my car and say something. So that's why I'm just kind of sitting here for a second, sipping on my tea. Just sipping on the tea. Isn't that so funny that we call, like, a drama spilling the tea? I don't love that, to be honest with you. I think it's kind of corny. wonder where that comes for, spilling the tea. She is just chatting them up. They constantly have regulars in here, like me. I'm like all about the chopsticks tonight. I keep on putting them on. I remember this woman like months ago put in one of my videos, she said in the comment section, she said when people put on, it looks like I have natural highlighter on. I don't. I just washed my face actually. She said when people put on chapstick, it's a sign of stress. I don't feel real stressed right now. I actually feel the total opposite of stressed. I feel really content, very calm and peaceful. I just like chapstick. I actually was thinking the other day, I was like, you know, it's time that I really up my game and maybe start investing in some like bougie chapsticks, like really expensive ones. And then Hassie sent this to me, this Kiehl's lip balm #1. When I was like in middle school, do you guys want to know what I was completely obsessed with? I wonder if they still have them. I should probably go and see if they have them. But they were like these metal, like these, do you guys, they look silver, like metal tubes. Clinique had them of chapstick. And I loved them, and they like unwound like lipstick, and I would carry them like in this little like, back then it was like a binocular case. I also had this binocular case when I started drinking. See, I was way ahead of the kids when it came to messenger bags. I was carrying a binocular case as my purse. Because it wasn't really a purse, but it wasn't really like a bag for a man either, if that makes sense. So I would carry that. She is just going on and on and on about this DoorDash thing. She hates her job, she told me. She's like, these people don't even tip, because they don't tip me anything. I was like, why do you do it? She's like, well, I just thought it would be some extra cash. Do you guys know what DoorDash is? It's like Postmates. She's really sweet, too. They always have her driving out in the middle of nowhere. And I'm like, that is so crazy. There she goes with her Newsies hat. I'm kind of thinking that she must have like real big hair to keep it underneath that hat or something like that. She's super sweet. A friend of mine that I talked to the other night, she started driving for Lyft, and I was like, are you making any money? She goes, no, not really. She's like, I need to kind of set like an estimate for myself of what I want to make. And I was like, yeah, I guess it kind of be a good idea. I mean, like, I don't, okay. Like, it's weird. Like, I don't think about things that way because I don't know. Like, I know so many people that do like Uber and Lyft and stuff, like they drive for them. I'd be kind of scared to have somebody in my car that way. I guess there's nothing really to be scared of, but I'm like that person, like, I'm like that bad mom that everything that you, like everything, there's something scary about, you know, like, do you know what I mean? Like that you're like telling your kids, oh this and oh that, and you shouldn't be scared of this and shouldn't be scared of that. Okay, now I gotta go to the bank machine. See, it's so weird. Like, if I turn my heat up in here, it's either hot or it's, like, cold. There's no in-between. Drives me nutty. It's 12:06 a.m. Is 12 a.m. the witching hour, or is that 2 a.m.? I always read that, like, if you want to, like, tape record, like, spirits talking in your house, you should record them at, like, 2 a.m. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Have you ever heard of that? You guys are probably like, Peter, you are crazy talking about spirits and stuff. Somebody was asking me in my live stream tonight, like, what are my favorite, like, coast-to-coast AMs? Oh, my God, maybe I'll... Oh, it's Sunday night. Coast to Coast AM isn't on tonight. I was going to say maybe I'll listen to Coast to Coast AM. But they're not on. I should join that Coast to Coast AM, but I think that they have them like all on YouTube, so maybe I'll just listen to one on YouTube. How charged is my phone right now? I'm going to charge my phone. Because you know if you watch a YouTube video, it like takes away 20% of your damn phone. I hate that. Do you guys hate that? Why do they not have they not invented like chargers for phones that charge a phone that fast? Like, what is the problem? Are you telling me that Apple does not have, like, or Android or any of those people does not have the capability to have a charger that you literally like hook it up and 2 minutes later your phone is fully charged? Like, what's, and why do we even have batteries? Like, why don't we have phones that have like the batteries don't, that we like, they don't need to be charged? They're just forever charged batteries. Like, we can put a man on the moon, but we can't do that? Like, are you kidding me? Do you guys just ever ask yourself, like, just the craziest questions? I do. Because, like, I want to know about the world issues. Okay. I'm gonna, like, cover up the thing as I go through here so I can still talk to you guys. Can you see? Are you trying to, like, watch my stuff? What is Tanya saying to me? Tanya's texting me. I was your live stream. Look at my hairdo. I brush it over so then I can wear that hat. It was good. Okay. Woo! Can you guys still hear me? You're like, oh my god, we're in the pitch black. I wonder though if you can still hear me. Oh my god, I almost hit the thing as I was driving through the... This is stupid. Why am I even doing that? Why am I trying to even do that? Hold on a second. Because I just wanted to kind of be consistent or continuous. So, I'll just be back in a second. Okay, so I'm back. I'm actually excited to go tonight. Sit there and have my little fountain soda and play my machines. I hope it's not packed. I was listening to my book for a second, The Chalk Man. I'm not real into it. I have 3 hours left. I'm like, just get this over with already. It's not a very good mystery. It was interesting in my live stream tonight. People were like, I wish you would collab with Shane Dawson. I wish you would collab with Trisha Paytas. I wish you would collab with this person. You know, it's so funny, like, I'm not gonna beg people to collab with me, you know what I mean? Like, but at the same time, I would love to collab with those people, and not because, like, here's the thing. This is gonna sound so corny when I say this. People are gonna be like, yeah, right, but no, like, I really mean it. Like, even if I didn't gain a sub off of it, okay? Like, even if I didn't get 1 subscriber off of it, like, I would love to do, like, a collab with, like, Colleen Ballinger or Shane Dawson or Trisha. I mean, I have such fun ideas for what I would do with them. You know, like, I don't know. And it's like all these people are always talking about, like, oh, these bigger YouTubers need, like, Glozell Green. Oh my God, I would love to do a collab with Glozell Green, you know? And it's like, I have such hilarious ideas of stuff that, like, I mean, I just sit there and I watch her videos and I think, oh, I would do this or I would do that. And, you know, like the most popular girls in high school, like, I would love to have, like, a spot on that show, you know, just for, like, 1 episode. And I think of all of these great ideas when I'm, do you guys do this too? Do you, like, watch YouTubers and you go, oh my God, they should do this or they should do that? And, like, a lot of times I think, like, oh my gosh, if I was on there and I was, like, a guest on, like, one of their videos, like, this is what I would do and it would be so funny, you know, or so endearing or whatever, you know? And it's like, it's like this game on YouTube, you know, if you don't have 1 million subscribers or 500,000 subscribers, nobody's going to collab with you, right? So you could be like the funniest person in the world. Like, and it's not just me, like that Loretta Jenkins, I think is hilarious, you know, or like, what's that one girl that does all the Snapchat filters? Why can't I think of her name? Oh, damn it. I love her. She's so hilarious. There's a lot of people, you know, that like, you know, like Amelia Farts is starting to like get up there in subs, so she probably will get some of the collabs because people will collab with her because they'll think like, oh, she's like this huge growing channel. I hope so, because I think she deserves it. She's hilarious. I mean, she's such a creative genius. I think a lot of times people don't really understand her, they don't really get her, but I think she's really good at what she does. And like, having talked to her like off of YouTube, like, I know that like who she really is. It's like the other thing with like people like Raw Beauty Christie. It's like, you know, if like some big beauty guru would like do a video with her, like she would just go through the roof, right? And a lot of times that's all it takes. And you know, and I know people like say, then I've had a lot of people say, then you should shout out to people too. I shout out people constantly on my channel, you know, and it's like, it's really hard because every day I probably get, I mean, honest to God, I probably get like 20 to 50 people that contact me and they're like, I love your videos. Will you watch my channel and possibly give me a shout out? And it's like, you know, it's hard because it has to be like a channel that I think that other people would like, or that like, I mean, I'm not going to just watch somebody's channel and just shout them out just to be like, hey, whatever, you know, like I have to watch it and be like truly entertained. And it's really hard for me to watch so many videos, you know, but I really try to do that. And I try to do that on all of my channels. The Peterisms channel is the only one that I haven't really started doing that on yet. But like, I don't know other like channels that are like my Peterisms channel. I mean, do you guys? I would love to see, excuse me. You know, the only other channel that I think is like, my Peterisms channel kind of is Letty. And so maybe I should shout her out on that channel, because like, I don't know if people understand what I'm saying, but like if I'm doing a booktube video and I shout out a beauty guru, it doesn't make any sense and nobody's gonna watch it anyway. The other thing is, I'll never forget, like Trisha told me this, Trisha Paytas told me this a long time ago. She said, you know, because I said, thank you so much for shouting me out in a video, like you have no idea what that meant to me. And she's like, here's the thing. She was like, you know, she's like, if Shane had never shouted me out, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. She's like, I can shout you out in a video. She was like, but your content is like what will get people to watch it. Like, if the people that stay will be the people that are entertained by it. The people that don't subscribe are the ones that like, they don't enjoy your content. So it's really up to you. She's like, it's not about the shout out, but like, I do think it brings attention to people. And so like, I try to do that to other people. And, you know, all over the board. I was contacted by somebody today and they said, like, I should have looked to see if she, I think she said she watches my vlogs. She said she's been on YouTube for a while. I think she said like 4 or 5 years, or 3 or 4 years, and she has 700, she said only 770 subscribers, I think. And she's like trying to switch it up so that she has more of like a pattern of like when she posts and stuff like that. And she said some of us are just not that entertaining on YouTube. Like, when do you know to throw in the towel? And like, the message really made me sad, you know, like I sent her back this long message. And like, I think for me, like the moment that I wasn't doing this because I love to get in a car and drive, or the moment that I no longer like was coming up with ideas like to do drama videos about, or I didn't want to do a booktube channel video, you know, like when I started becoming like, and I'm not just talking about a day, I mean, you know, honestly, I have the days where I wake up and I'm like, God, I just want to like hang out today and I don't want to do anything, right? But then I'll be like, oh my God, I want to do this. And then I have like an idea. And then as soon as I sit down to make like one video, it's weird. Cause like if I'm going to make one, I'm going to make them all on all channels. I haven't been doing that like recently because I haven't had the time sometimes, like if I have to get out of the house to go somewhere. But like typically if I'm gonna make one video, I'm gonna make all my videos because I just love it so much. So I think for me, like the day that I don't love it anymore would be the day that I would stop. And I especially think for like, you know, YouTubers that aren't relying on this for income, it's like, are you doing it for passion? Like, what are you doing it for? And, you know, like, you have to, like, figure out for you, like, what is YouTube about for you? And, you know, if it's about growing your channel and getting, this is the thing, okay? And let's just have a conversation where we're not bullshitting each other. We are all making videos because we want people to watch them, we want them to be viewed, and we want people to subscribe to them. End of story, okay? But you have to, like, be realistic about where you would be happy to be at, you know, like, if you think like, well, I'd be happy if I had 5,000 subs, and then you get there and you're like, that's not enough, and that's not enough, and that's not enough. It's like, well, what number would be enough for you? And are you really considering the people that do watch your videos, you know? Because like, I have people on my booktube channel, you know, I have like 12,000 subscribers on my booktube channel now, but I remember when I had like 500, and if you go back and you watch that video, that channel, I did a video when I hit 1,000 subscribers, and that was really a poignant moment for me because I had gone to high school, like that was as many people as I went to high school with, and I bawled in that video. I was like, 1,000 people are interested in watching my videos, you know, and like that is crazy to me that 1,000 people watch my videos. And I like still every day get comments from people that have watched my videos since the very first day. And you know, like, how amazing is that that you guys out there are like that interested in what I have to say, that you want to continue to watch videos, you know? And so like, I really do, and I read, and I was saying this in my live stream tonight because somebody said something, and I go, oh, you're the one that said yada, 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 and she's like, yes, yes. I'm like, I read every comment. I don't respond to the comments because I've been trying to keep up with social media, but I'm so far behind, you know, and the emails and all of it, but, like, I really try to think of the people that watch my videos as like a friendship that we have. Like, I'm not being bullshitty when I say this. And like, it's interesting because like I see a lot of this, especially on this channel, where it's not like I'm getting 400 comments, I'm getting like 50 comments. So those of you that comment on a regular basis on this channel, like I remember you, and I kind of remember what you say and the tone of how you say things. So, I mean, if you're somebody that like always comes for me on this channel, I'm gonna remember that you always come for me. You know what I mean? Like, or if you're somebody that like always mentions pee-pee, I'm gonna know that you always mention pee-pee. Or, you know, if you say, oh, Tucker's my favorite, then, you know, I'm gonna remember that Tucker's your favorite because you comment a lot on my videos. So this channel definitely seems the most personal out of all of them. But like, I think the thing is, doing YouTube, there's no promise that your channel is going to ever grow to some level. And I think the reality is you got to figure out what you enjoy about it, what you love about it. And for me, I love coming up with just new ideas, like I did a new, on my BookTube channel today, I did a new book tag, and it was the Oscar book tag for the Academy Awards, and I loved doing it. It was so fun, and it was so fun watching this girl that had done it. And then I noticed that Books and Lala, who is like one of my all-time favorite booktubers, if not my favorite booktuber, she had taken my booktube, my book scavenger hunt, and she had revamped it and did Book Scavenger Hunt 2.0, which I think I'm gonna do tomorrow. And I was like, oh my God, she took it and she redid it and was so excited, you know? And so it's like, and you know, on BookTube, I'm very active on Twitter and interacting with people and commenting on people's videos and stuff like that. And I think that's what it's really about, you know, but there are like a lot of people that will never get more than 200 subscribers, and they're completely fine with that. And what's really weird about this, you have to remember this, okay? So let me tell you a little story. So, how can I tell this story in a way that, well, okay, so years ago, I uploaded on this, or no, my Peterisms channel was called My So-Called Healthy Life, and when I first started it, I was doing these weight loss videos, right? Well, I noticed that I started getting these comments on a video from somebody that had like sent me messages on Facebook, and he would say on the videos like, your #1 fanboy and all this kind of stuff. And I said, oh my God, I can't believe that I have like a fanboy. And it was like this joke, right? Well, then one day I noticed he like commented on a picture of mine on Facebook and said like, I'm your, now at the time, it's really important that you guys understand, that channel had about 120 subscribers to it, okay? I didn't know who those 120 people were. I got like 1 subscriber every 3 days, and I'd be like, oh my God, I got another subscriber. I'd be so excited because I had no idea where the subscribers were coming from, right? So I noticed that this person, that their name on YouTube was the same as it was on Facebook, and for their anonymity, I'm keeping them private right now, but so they commented on a picture of mine on Facebook, and I was like, oh my God, this is like the same person. And so, oh no, they didn't say fanboying, they gave me a compliment on one of my videos. And so like on their thing, they said, like, they said something on my picture on Facebook, and I said, like, fanboy, you're my #1 fanboy, or something like that, joke, and I said, LOL. Well, then I ended up going to their Facebook page, and, like, I was like reading through their Facebook page. Like, he had friended me, and then I was like reading through his Facebook page, and they were talking about like legally changing their name. They lived in Canada. He lives in Canada. Legally changing his name, and you know, like top surgery. And I was like, put very quickly together, I was like, oh, this is somebody that's like female to male transgender person. And I was like, okay, did I just offend them? I don't know, you know, by saying this fanboying thing. So I ended up sending him a message, and he was like, oh my God, not at all. He ended up like buying my book. He was like the first person that bought my book. We have become amazing friends. He took that damn channel and ran with it. I ended up only ever posting like 3 videos on there. I was doing like a raw foods diet at the time. He ended up doing like a raw foods diet. He got into running marathons. He's like lost all this weight. He is like fully transitioned. I mean, it is crazy what has happened in the last 3 or 4 years. We have become very, very close. And he's still every once in a while, like on my Facebook, like he'll joke and he'll be like, it's your #1 fanboy. And but you know, like this great friendship developed over this. I'll never forget the first time we ever talked on Skype, and I was like so nervous to talk to him because I was like, oh my God, like I only know him through social media, you know? And he was so nice and so down to earth. And you know, that channel at the time, that it never got above 120 subscribers, 100 subscribers, something like that. And but for me, it was like all these people were watching it that I had no idea who they were. I was like, oh my God, there's 100 people, 120 people that watch this that I don't even know who they are. And the fact that I got like such a great friendship out of a channel that had like 120 subscribers on it shows that it depends on what you're on YouTube for. Like, are you on it because you want to make friends with people, you want to make videos, you want to connect with people? Like, that's the part that I love about this. Or are you on it because you want to have 10 million subscribers? Because the reality is that doesn't happen to that doesn't happen to most of us. Like, you know, it just doesn't. And most people on YouTube are not going to grow their channels, you know, to that level anymore unless another YouTuber shouts you out or puts you in their videos, and typically puts you in several of their videos, a YouTuber with a lot of like subscribers, or number 2, you have like a social media connection with that person, and people start seeing you in their Instagram pictures and all that kind of stuff. You know, or 3, you have a viral video. And the reality is, the way that videos are shared anymore on YouTube, the days of the My Drunk Kitchen that was 6 minutes long and everybody would share it, or, you know, on Facebook, or I can't remember the guy. He was super cute. Poor thing, ended up having like some kind of horrible like kidney surgery or something, but he was so funny. Do you guys remember he did that video and he like lip synced the whole thing? And it was like to like somebody's party, like grandma's birthday party or something. And he was like, it was so funny. And he was real cute. He had no shirt on in the video. Do you guys remember what I'm talking about? He had dark hair. Anyway, he was probably like 25 when he did the video, and it went viral. Like, everybody watched it. Well, like, I mean, he doesn't post videos anymore. You know, like Chris Crocker's videos back in the day, people would share them all the time, like Leave Britney Alone. People don't share videos like that anymore. You know, people share, you know, 10-second clips of something funny that's on Instagram, but they don't share like YouTube videos the way that they did. So the whole days of the, you know, the viral video is kind of over. Like, it's not going to happen again. Like, that's, I don't think we're going to go back to that. So the way that you have to like build a channel is slowly, you know, and you have to be okay with the slow growth. And, you know, some people will shoot, you know, everybody right now, like Amelia Fart, I was talking about, like, she's a good example. Everybody's talking about her. She's different. She's unique, okay? She's creative. Some people hate her. Most people love her that see her, but a lot of people are like, she ain't my thing, and I respect that. There's a lot of people that people will say, oh, you need to go watch this person. I'm like, she's just not my thing, you know? But I love Amelia. But, you know, like, everybody's talking about her, so she's growing right now, you know? And she may plateau at some point. And I think that's what happens with a lot of YouTubers. But I think you have to really figure out why you're doing it, you know? And I've been kind of at the same place now for like the last 2 months. And I'm like, I mean, literally at the same place. Like, I go up 10, I go down 20, I go up 5, I go down 6, you know? And I'm like, okay with that. I'm like, I'm just happy people want to watch my videos, you know, and that people find them, you know, good discussion videos on here, that you guys like to hear what I have to say, or, you know, that people find my drama videos entertaining, or, you know, whatever, that I'm part of the community of BookTube, or that the Peterisms channels, that people find those videos to be endearing and they relate to them, you know, like, that's what I love that, you know, that people are like, oh my God, so many people are saying stuff about that Peterisms channel. It's like, I was thinking about this the other day. Somebody said to me, like, what channel, if you could get it to, like, grow the most and have 1 million subscribers, would you have? And it would definitely be my Peterisms channel, because, well, this I'll never give up. You know, none of them I probably won't give up any of them, but, you know, like, on my Peterisms channel, I just get to sit down there and tell stories about my life, like growing up and being a kid, and things that happened to me last week, and things I've learned about the world, and, like, that's pretty awesome that people want to watch videos about that, you know? It feels the most, like, natural to me and the most fun. And, because I just get to get on there and tell stories about anything. And I really feel like when I'm filming those videos, I feel like I'm standing in the kitchen, like, with my friends talking. You know, it just doesn't feel a whole lot deeper than that. And I love that. It feels, you know, just, I don't know, it just feels good. It feels... like, I don't run out of stories to tell on there, you know? Like, the thing is, I might have 4 stories, and, like, that day, I don't want to tell one of those stories. Like, I might just not be, if it's, like, a story about, like, my mom or something, I might just not be in the mood to, like, get emotional or whatever. But, like, that's why today, like, I didn't want to do anything real deep. And so, that's why I did a music festival video today, because I asked Alex, I was like, what video do you think I should do? And he's like, why don't you talk about the first music festival that we ever went to? And I was like, you know, that's a really good idea, actually. And, but I love the Dear Peter series that I'm doing. So I'm really having fun with that channel. And you know what's so funny about it is that when I started it, it had, like, 2,500 subscribers on it, 3,000 subscribers that had kind of, like, all come over from, like, my main channel, and or the vlog. And I think everybody knew that I was kind of trying to find my grounding with that video, but, like, I didn't really know what I was doing with it, if that makes sense. Like, I had no idea what direction I was going in. And but thank God to Ola, who's watched all of my videos from the very beginning. I remember I got this comment from her, and, like, do you know, like, when somebody says something to you at the exact moment that you need to hear it, but you also know that it's somebody that's presenting it to you with love? And I'll never forget how she said it. And the thing is that Ola has a language barrier too, because she's from Italy. But she said in there, she said on a comment on my video, she said, Peter, I love you, but between, you know, like, but you and I both know this channel is a mess. Like, it has no direction. You don't know what you're doing with it. You're constantly changing it, and yada, yada, yada. And I remember, like, I got that comment, and my first response to this is, you know, like, I cannot believe that she just said this to me. Like, this really hurts my feelings. Like, I really, like, care about her. Like, we've talked, you know, like, she knows I care about her. Why would she say that? And, you know, in 12-step programs, we have this saying, first thought bad, second thought good. And then I was like, okay, process this. You know Ola cares about you. You know she loves you. You guys talk all the time. She's got your back. It must be hard for her to have said that. And I was like, you know your channel's a fucking mess. You need to clean it up. You need to either just close down this channel or figure out what you're going to do with it. And at the time, I had been talking on here a lot about the book that I'm working on called I'm Still That Kid. And Tony Fuentes, who comments on all my videos and DMs me and stuff, he was like, I think he had sent me a message, and he said, you need to turn your stories into a book called I'm Still That Kid. But he had given me, like, I think a different title, or I think maybe he did give me that title, actually. I'm Still That Kid. And I was like, why don't I just, I'll work on that. And I started kind of talking about it on here. I was like, but why don't I also turn my channel into all stories of my life. Like, that's what I was doing on my vlog anyway, but I was telling like long extended versions of it, you know? And on here, it's like stories that are all over the place. I was like, why don't I just have it like on one place? And I was so excited about it. And you know, if you guys go back and you look at the comments, people were like, oh, I don't know that I'm gonna like this. I don't like this is a good thing. I think it worked out. I'm happy with it now. I love it. I really look forward to that channel, you know? And I look forward to like developing some series on that channel too. Like, I'm doing the Dear Peter series, but you know, I'd like to talk about, I'd like to do a series like, you know, 10 things I learned from my mother, 10 things I learned from my father. You know what I mean? Like, I think those would be kind of cool series too to talk about, like things I've learned in my life, and how I continue to, you know, learn things I learned from my, you know, best friend Tanya. And there's a lot of things I can do with that channel, and I feel like it's just this living memoir. Plus, I love to like go back and kind of watch some of those. You know, I watched the one about Pee-Pee the other day, like the first time I ever met Pee-Pee, and I have this like hangnail, it's like driving me crazy, and I just started bawling my eyes out. I was like, oh my god, it's making me so sad. Pee-Pee, Pee-Pee. The sweatshirt is so comfortable. I have to say, it kind of like mystifies me and cracks me up talking about sponsored videos, since there's always like this mysterious conversation about, you know, sponsored videos, and people saying like, oh, somebody did so much of them, blah, 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 whatever. I can't believe that somebody actually wanted to send me a really nice hoodie and pay me on top of it to talk about it. I kind of love that. I kind of live for it. People should contact me more for sponsorships. I can't tell you how many people have commented on that video and been like, oh my god, I ordered mine today. I loved yours. I can't wait till mine comes with my dog on it. Oh my god, I got one with my cat. I love these so much. They're so great. And I can honestly say they're comfortable as hell. And I don't make any money off of the affiliate link. I mean, I already got paid and I already got my free sweatshirt. So there's no reason for me to talk about them well. But I can just tell you, every day more that I wear this sweatshirt, the more comfortable it gets. See, that's why people need to contact me for sponsored videos. I'll talk about them all day long. Hell, they probably don't even have to pay me most of the time. I remember like watching Kel on Earth with Kelly Cutrone, and like somebody called her, and it was like a father of a student that her daughter went to school with, and she was like on the phone like for a half an hour with them, and like, so her office is like this big old apartment, like 3 stories down from where her apartment is, and they would all just sit around this table, and she started like holding the sign up while she was talking to this guy on the phone, and she said, no free advice. And so she got off the phone and she started going off, and she's like, I cannot believe that this guy calls me, and you know, he just wants my advice on how to do this and how to do that and blah 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 whatever. And she goes, so I'm supposed to take in half an hour of my time and just give like free advice to this guy? She was like, I'm not getting paid for that, you know, like, you think that he would do that, like, because he was like an attorney or something? And she's like, you think he would just give a half an hour of his time for free? She's like, I'm not giving any advice away for free anymore. And I can remember thinking that, because like at the time I was getting so many calls from people, because I like kind of just like left the addictions field, and people would say like, oh, can you help me set up an assessment at Hazelden? Or do you know where my child should go to treatment? Or my sister needs treatment, you know, it was constant. Or do you think that my sister's an alcoholic? And I get on the phone call, I'd be having like hour phone conversations with people that I didn't even know that well. And I remember seeing that, and I thought, no more free advice. I'm not doing it anymore. I could just become consumed for hours giving people free advice. And then it's just like, I love it though. I just love giving people advice, you know? It's hard. It's hard, I mean, like, when you enjoy helping people because you like being part of their journey, it's hard to say, I'm not going to help you because you're taking advantage of me. Because it doesn't even feel like you're being taken advantage of, because you're like, it's mutually beneficial, you know what I mean? You're like, yeah, what does that have to do with anything? Nothing. I don't even know why I'm talking about it. Get called and asked for advice much anymore. I mean, like, in regards to my like YouTube channel, a lot of people will ask me about addiction stuff. I get a lot of questions about addiction stuff, but it's more so like from like my point of view, like if that makes sense. You know, like as a personal experience. But I do want to go back to something really quick since we're talking about advice. So I got that message from the girl today, and she said, you know, like I have 770 subscribers or something, like when do you throw in the towel and say it's like enough is enough? Like, I don't think you should. Like, you know, I think you should reinvent yourself, figure out what you love about YouTube, what got you started doing it to begin with. You know, like I think that's the thing. Like if I get bored doing something, I switch it up and I do something else, you know. And I think you guys know that when I do a magazine video, I'm kind of bored with the content that I've been creating for a while, because I've probably been talking about all the makeup gurus too much for too many days in a row, and I need to switch it up. I need to do something different, you know? And I love coming up with new creative content. And what's so funny is that the majority of the people, like, okay, so I have like 13,000+ subscribers. But the reality is I only probably have 3,000 to 5,000 people on there that truly love everything that I put out, that watch all of my videos, right? And I can do anything I want to do. You know, I can do cheapo boxes. I could sit on there and I could do like, you know, Divas Live country playlist. I could do makeup reviews. I could do anything. And the majority of that 3,000 to 5,000 would like it. And, you know, when you figure that out, and it's like, I can do anything, and there's going to be at least 20 people or, you know, 100 people that are going to watch it. Like, that is such a cool feeling. Like, I can't even begin to tell you. 3,000 to 5,000 people that are going to be that interested in whatever I do. Like, do you realize, like, what a cool feeling that is? Like, I'm the kid that nobody wanted to fucking be around, you know? I'm the friend that nobody invited to birthday parties. I didn't have friends growing up. Nobody thought I was funny. Nobody thought I was serious. Nobody thought I was a catch. Nobody thought anything about me. They just didn't. They thought I was the easy kid to pick on, you know? Just hit 30 minutes. That's why it shut off. You know, I was the kid that was, you didn't want to be my friend, because if you were my friend, you get picked on too. So, you know, it's like, now I have people that actually want to watch my videos, and I'm like, I'm not gonna, why would I ever complain about this? You know, there's nothing to complain about. This is a gift. You guys watching this, especially for those of you out there that made it this far, like, you're a gift, you know? Like, I just don't think that most YouTubers really get that. I mean, like, YouTube is predominantly, like, saturated with these younger YouTubers that get on video and they do a couple videos and get shouted out by somebody and they have 1 million subscribers. And I think that's great for them and all, but you know what? I think what they really miss out on is, when you're smaller and you're growing, you really get to interact with people. You get to know people. You know, you get to know names, and you get to know the comments and the people that out there that watch your videos on a daily basis. And you really appreciate that, you know, almost to a point that as you start growing bigger, it's harder because you can't interact with people as much as you did before. It really is hard, you know, and it's a piece of it that I don't like about growing. But I think there's like a lack of appreciation for that sometimes with these huge YouTubers. And like, one of the reasons why I really like respect Trisha Paytas is she interacts with her fans, okay? Like, go to her Twitter. She constantly is tweeting with her fans and stuff. And there's a lot of YouTubers that do that, but there's a lot of YouTubers that don't. They just like, you know, they just don't have any time for it. And it's like, do you realize who made you who you are? Like, don't bite the hand that feeds you. These are real people out there that are watching your videos. Real ass people that are spending 10 to 20 to 30 minutes of their life, or in my sake, an hour of their day with you. They're choosing to do that, you know? And that's a gift. That is so cool. Like, that is so cool, you know? I really don't understand the YouTubers that have hundreds of thousands or millions of subscribers and they just poof, they just walk away from it. I don't get that. I really don't understand it. And they're like, well, I just wasn't that interested in doing YouTube anymore. What? So you built your channel to that, you got all these people invested in you, and then you just walked away? Like, that makes no sense to me. Although I will say, when I watched Michelle Phan's video about why she left YouTube, it did make sense to me for her. But like, for her, I mean, she was at such a huge level that it was like did you guys watch that video that she put out? It was so good. I think it was called Why I Left YouTube by Michelle Phan. And really, she was like being very much used financially because of her YouTube channel, like by all of these conglomerates and people. I mean, she was basically a brand at that point. She wasn't Michelle Phan anymore. I mean, I ain't nobody's brand. I'm Peter Monn driving in a car talking to my peeps. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't relate to that. And I think I would still have a hard time, but I'm not a sellout. Like, I'm just not. I've had 1,000 management not 1,000, but I've probably had 10 management companies reach out to me. And I'm like, no, I don't want to be managed by anybody. I don't want anybody telling me what I can and can't do on YouTube. Fuck that. I'm going to do what I want to do. I talked to this one management company one time. I was like, they're like a legit, like, I mean, I get contacted by mostly like the legit ones now. And most YouTubers do once you hit a certain point, but really all they do for you, I've heard, is they take like 30% of your AdSense money and they say they're going to help you, but they don't really help you. These people were so interested. Anyway, they were like a real legit one, and they're like, so-and-so mentioned you to us and said that we should really take a look at you, and we did, and we love your content. We think we could turn your channel around, and we could get you, up to, like, they gave me some ridiculous number, like 2 million subscribers in the next year. I was like, oh, okay. And I said, well, what would you do for me? We had this, like, legit phone conversation. They talked to me like I was a total imbecile, and they said, well, what we would do is we would have you only post 2 to 3 days a week, probably 2, that you would have a schedule. And then we would help you with the editing of your videos. And, we would do like banners, and we would help you. Like, you wouldn't have to do a lot of your own social media. Other people could do your social media for it. And I said, okay, hold on a second. So first of all, I love to interact with people on my social media. So you're going to try to take something away from me that I love. Number 2, I said, I don't edit my videos. The people that like me know I don't edit my videos, okay? I'm not going to start editing my videos because that's me. That's who I am. I'm a real ass person. That's who I am, okay? I don't want these glammed up videos that all of a sudden, and this is what happened to Hannah Hart, okay? It's exactly what happened to Hannah Hart. She had My Drunk Kitchen, and yes, she's real successful, but she's a bore ass. I can't watch her videos to save my life. I mean, they're so boring. She was so phenomenal standing in that kitchen when she wasn't worried about editing and all that kind of stuff. Now her videos look all glammed up and contrived, and I can't stand them. So anyway, so I said, I'm not editing my videos. And I said, and third, I said, I post every day. What do you mean post 2 to 3 times a week? Well, that we've shown that results say that when, I said, no, the people that watch my videos, they like that I upload every day. And they said, well, some of them do, but you would get more subscriber retainment. I said, I don't even think about that shit. I don't look at my analytics. I don't know about none of that stuff. I don't need to know about any of that stuff. I said, y'all don't get me. You don't get me as a person. No, I'm not interested. They contacted me like 4 times after that. I said, no, I'm not interested. I finally sent the guy a very nice email. I said, listen, I said, I really appreciate you taking the time out and wanting to help me be successful. But you don't understand who I am as a person, and you haven't taken any time to understand who I am as a creator on YouTube. Okay? I'm a dude with a camera. I say that all the time. I don't say that to be joking. I say that because that's who I am, Don't try to make me into somebody I'm not. That is like that is what has happened to so many successful creative people. And I ain't there yet, but like, give me a chance, Like, I'm not that bad on my own. I know what I'm doing. I don't need somebody to come in and, put me in a box and make me a certain way. I can't stand that kind of shit. I've always had a gut sense in my life about what I should do and what I shouldn't do with the things that I do, with my businesses and creatively. And hell, YouTube's a passion for me. I don't want somebody to turn that into a business where I'm, no, I don't want that. I want to do what I want to do, and if I sink, I sink, and if I swim, I swim, and if I succeed, I succeed. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And there's so many YouTube channels out there that, like, and I think that's what happens. These management companies come in. Jenna Marbles, she don't have one, right? She's never had one. Smart cookie. And I knew that, see, because I had done my research. People think I'm an idiot that I know what I'm talking about, okay? I might be, listen, I might not have gotten good grades in high school, but I do my research, and I looked up what YouTubers had management companies and what didn't, and Jenna Marbles has never had a management company, and I respect the shit out of Jenna Marbles. She is so smart, so funny, and so relatable, and I think she is so down to earth. I love her. But I think that's what happens a lot of times. These management companies come in and they sell these people up the river, and we're going to get you to Playlist Live and VidCon and all this kind of, who'd care? Who'd care all day long? Not me. Let me talk to my people in a car driving around. Oh, they didn't want any part of this vlog either, Oh, no, they didn't want nothing to do with this vlog. I was like, so if you're going to manage my main channel, you're going to also manage my BookTube channel and my vlog, right? And they're like, well, I'm like, oh, no, They kind of wanted me just to let those go. I was like, oh, no, It's all about the money. Take the money out of the equation. Here would be my advice to anybody about YouTube. Take the money out of the equation. Take the numbers out of the equation and ask yourself why you love YouTube. And the answer that you come up with is the reason why you should stay on YouTube. And that's really what it's all about. And that should be about anything in life that you're doing. Take the money out of the equation. You know, when I was a counselor working in treatment, my friends and I would say that we worked together. There are days that we get paid too much, and there are days that we don't get paid enough at all. But you know what? It all kind of equaled out in the wash at the end of, you know, it did. And we loved what we did. We loved it so much, you know, that we were so passionate about it. And that's whatever you do in life, whether it's make music or make art or act or be a nurse or be a teacher, whatever you do, be a host at Walmart, you know, whatever you do, you should do it with that kind of gusto that you love, and it should never be about the money. And if you're in a position where it has to be about the money, try as hard as you can to remove that from it. I mean, we all need to make money to pay bills, but then say if the money wasn't an issue, okay, what could I do to make this the most enjoyable experience ever? And that's what I would tell to anybody out there wanting to start YouTube, you know? So, anyway, well, I am pulling into the casino right now. I'm gonna see who's up in this gig and see if Lori's still here. And I will, she probably isn't anymore. She probably left. She never texted me back. All right, I love you guys, and I will see you. People, I've had so many comments from people that are like, I always want to hear about what's going on with Lori. She said she lost. So, anyway, I love you guys, and I will talk to you later. Bye.